Another day, another news update about marijuana and your security clearance. The news broke in the past week or so that Sha'Carri Richardson would not be allowed to compete in the Olympics or to participate in Olympic trials due to a positive marijuana test. That sparked a round of debate about marijuana use for athletes. It's not known to be a performance-enhancing drug, but it's still on the list of banned substances, despite the fact that it's legal recreationally, medically, for whatever reason, in a variety of states. Similar to the debate we see about national security eligibility and the use of marijuana or drugs in the military is the fact that you may live in a state where marijuana is perfectly legal, but federal law has not changed when it comes to marijuana use. So you really have a huge catch-22 environment for service members, for folks interested in pursuing national security careers, and as we see, Olympic athletes who would like to participate. Just because something is legal doesn't mean that it's not governed by other policies. My pushback is this has always been the case. You certainly have always seen certain vocations where you might have drug testing, where the policies of the vocation are different and even stricter or different than what federal law might be. Now here, again, we just have this huge tension point because it is still illegal at the federal level. We're seeing a lot of states legalize it. That just creates a really awkward dynamic for a lot of folks knowing what's right and what isn't. The good news, I would say, for security clearance eligibility is we are seeing a shift in terms of passage of time. It used to be that you couldn't have drug use probably in the past year before applying. Now we're seeing that there really is no hard and fast rule on passage of time, but you are going to have to give it up in order to pursue a career, unless it changes at the federal level. If that federal law changes, that opens the door for folks to be able to use marijuana. But again, as we've cautioned here, even if that federal law changes, you still might have suitability requirements. We still see the U.S. military has UCMJ repercussions for marijuana use. Again, another article published last week at Task and Purpose. Hello, friends at Task and Purpose. Noted the need to, how did they say it? Burn down the DoD's zero tolerance policy. What they were advocating is maybe a change in the UCMJ punishments for marijuana use. That certainly might help to mitigate someone who is caught using drugs. The issue still is if that position requires a security clearance. Not all service members have them, but certainly the majority do. If you're a service member with a security clearance and you're doing drugs, you're not just violating UCMJ and your military policies, you're also violating the adjudicative criteria. You're looking at having your security clearance revoked. That's going to have career repercussions and potentially you're going to be unable to do your military job if you're not able to hold a security clearance. And as it stands, as the policy still stands, Gen Z, you cannot smoke marijuana and pursue a national security career. We're seeing it in the news. We're seeing the Biden administration talk about it. We're seeing Sha'Carri Richardson is bringing it into the forefront in terms of the Olympics coming up and professional athletes and use of marijuana use. We will continue to see controversy about drug use. But for now, policy is policy. Until the federal law changes, don't do drugs while maintaining a security clearance. For more on drug use and your security clearance, visit us at clearancejobs.com.